How do you find the key squares? Have you ever wondered how to pinpoint the key squares in chess, especially during those nail-biting king and pawn endgames? Understanding this can make a world of difference in your game. Let's break it down step by step. First, key squares are specific squares on the board that can lead to a winning position if your king can reach them. These squares become especially important when only kings and pawns are left on the board. The first step is to locate the pawn you are working with. If your pawn is still on the third rank or lower, the key squares are 3 squares in front of it, 1 rank ahead of the square directly in front of the pawn. For instance, if your pawn is on d3, the key squares to focus on are d5, e5, and f5. Your goal is to get your king to one of these squares. Now, why are these squares so important? If your king occupies any of these key squares, you can usually force your pawn to promote, no matter where your opponent's king is positioned. This is because your king can control these squares and reach them before the opponent's king can interfere. When your pawn is closer to promotion, say on the 6th rank, the key squares shift. For a pawn on d6, the key squares become d8, e8, and f8. If your king can reach any of these squares, you are on the path to promoting your pawn. To put this into practice, start by identifying where your pawn is located. Then, pinpoint the 3 key squares in front of it, skipping 1 rank ahead of the square directly in front. Maneuver your king to one of these squares, and you will likely find yourself in a winning position. This method simplifies your decision-making during endgames. Instead of calculating numerous variations, you can focus on reaching those key squares. Once your king is on a key square, you can often disregard other endgame concepts like opposition or zugzwang because the position is already favorable. So, to summarize, finding key squares is about locating your pawn, identifying the 3 squares in front of it, and aiming to get your king to one of those squares. This approach is reliable and widely used in king and pawn endgames, making it a handy tool in your chess toolkit.